Okay, so we are going to be solving a percent mixture problem using a system of linear equations. In these types of problems in ALEKS, you'll be given something like antifreeze or fruit punch or saline solution, but they're all basically the same. We're mixing two things together to get a third thing. I'm a fairly visual person, so I like to draw pictures. So I'm going to have a first brand and a second brand, and I'm going to pour them together. So I'm pouring two things together to make a third thing. My first container, which has 40% pure antifreeze, and the second container has 90% pure antifreeze. And when I mix them together, I get something that's 75% pure antifreeze. We also know that we're mixing these two antifreezes together to make 110 gallons. Now what we don't know is how many gallons are there of the 40% or 90%, and that's actually what we're looking for. So I'm going to say the 40% is X, and the 90% is Y. So I have X gallons of 40% pure antifreeze, Y gallons of 90% pure antifreeze, and I'm going to mix them together to get 110 gallons of 75% pure antifreeze. And we need to solve for X and Y. How many gallons of the 40% and 90% do we have? Since I have two unknowns, I need two equations. The first equation I don't think is too bad to obtain. The total amount in the first batch here plus the total amount in my second batch equals the total amount in my total. So X plus Y equals 110. The second equation can be a little more difficult to get. And we get the second equation by adding the total amount of concentrate, in this case antifreeze, in each one of these, and make it equal to the total amount of antifreeze in here. So the total amount of antifreeze in my first batch is going to be 40% of X. Converting the percentage to a decimal to get 0.40X. When I add to that the total amount of antifreeze in my second batch, that's going to be 0.90Y. Now the part that usually throws students off is the total amount of antifreeze in my total batch here. And that's going to be 75% of 110 gallons. So that's going to be 0.75 times 110. What you need to be careful of is not just to write down 0.75 or 75%, because you will never have a percentage by itself. A percentage is always being multiplied by something. And we can go ahead and multiply 0.75 times 110. ALEKS will give you a calculator to do this, and you will get 82.5. So this would be the second equation we have. So equation 1 is X plus Y equals 110. Equation 2 is 0.40X plus 0.90Y equals 82.5. Now we need to solve these two equations. You can either use elimination or substitution. I like elimination better, so I'm going to use elimination. Before I do that, I'm going to get rid of my decimals here, because I really don't like dealing with decimals. So I'm going to multiply all three of these, in this case, by 10 in order to move the decimal over 1. When I do that, I get 4x plus 9y equals 825. Now, if this were something other than 40, like a 42 or 45, I would have to multiply everything by 100 and move the decimal place over twice. But since I have zeros here, I can get away with multiplying this by 10 instead of 100. Now I'm going to use my first equation and my second equation to eliminate x or y. In this case, I'll choose to eliminate x by multiplying the first equation by -4. And that, as you can see in blue, gives me -4x minus 4y equals -440. Now I'm ready to add these two equations together and eliminate. In this case, the x's will be eliminated. So we have 5y equals 385. Divide both sides by 5. Again, you can use a calculator if you need to. 385 divided by 5 is going to give me 77. So we have 77 gallons of the 90% solution. Now to find x, I can plug x into here. So I'm going to have x plus 77 equals 110. And that gives us 33 gallons of the 40% mixture. So there's our answers. X is 33, Y is 77. So in ALEKS, they would say brand A or brand B or first brand, second brand, something like that. For the first brand, you would put 33 gallons. For the second brand, you would put 77 gallons. And there's your answer. Again, we could have solved this system of equations a little differently. We could have used substitution instead of elimination. That's the way ALEKS shows you how to do it, and that's fine. This is just my preferred method. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.